on this. France 24's international affairs editor Leela Jacinto joins me on set. Hi, Leela. So can you talk us through perhaps some of the details of the deal? What are the expectations? Is it going to happen?
Is it going to happen? Well, the most important thing about this deal is it's pretty much the same deal that was agreed in May. This is what U.S. President Joe Biden said, and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu as well confirmed that, the same deal could have been got through in May. Primarily, the most important thing about this is that this is a phased ceasefire. And when you're talking about a phased deal, implicit in that is that the most difficult issues have been put to a further stage. The most thorny issues that has been kicked down the road. And therein lies all the devil of the deal. Because in the initial phases, things can be worked. But, this has dogged Middle East peace processes for decades, since Oslo. The most difficult things are kicked down and it never reaches the end because the entire process collapses. So in terms of the phases, we have 3 phases. The first phase, which is going to begin tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. local time, is when the guns will go silent on both sides, hopefully, and humanitarian aid will start to pour into the Gaza Strip. The critical thing then starts probably by late afternoon or evening when there will be a hostage for prisoner release exchange. Now, the first phase is supposed to last 6 weeks or 42 days. And in this 6 weeks, Hamas is supposed to be releasing 33 Israeli hostages. Either they're alive or human remains. There are still around 60 more other hostages which will not be tackled in the first phase. In exchange for the release of these hostages, which will be in a phased manner over 6 weeks, Israel is going to release nearly 1,900 detainees from Israeli jail. And these include around 730 what they call security prisoners. And Israel has released the names of these prisoners. They can be petitioned and go to the courts. The rest are just detainees who were detained after the October 7th attacks, as well as people who were released in November 2023 and then rearrested. So all this will take place. Now, the second phase has not been negotiated. And this is where it all starts getting very critical. The negotiations for phase 2 will only start on the 16th day. That's after the second week when the ceasefire deal has gone into operation. And we have the text of what the second phase is. The second phase involves Israel withdrawing entirely from the Gaza Strip, a complete end to the war, and Hamas releasing all hostages. But there's really, what we don't see is a bridge between how the first phase can lead to the second phase. And so most analysts are sort of skeptical about the move to the second phase. As for the third phase, that's really, we're looking into years of that, which is the reconstruction of Gaza. This has some pretty minute details for the first stage, and then as it goes into the third phase, very little details at all, and no sense of how to even get to those phases.
Leela Jacinto, thank you very much.